Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real. Today, the moment you start focusing on yourself, your entire life begins to change. Too many people spend their lives watching others, comparing, judging, and measuring their worth by someone else's achievements. But God didn't create you to be a copy of anybody. He made you to be you. The day you understand that your only real competition is the person in the mirror, that's the day you'll start walking toward your purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by telling you something we all struggle with, whether we admit it or not: comparison. From the moment we wake up, society and social media are trying to convince us that someone else's life is better, faster, easier, or more exciting than ours. We scroll through pictures, posts, and updates, and before we even realize it, we are measuring our worth against someone else's highlight reel. But let me tell you something real today. That path you're looking at, the one that seems so perfect, is not yours. It belongs to them. And yours is waiting, unique and untouchable, and it will never look like theirs. Your life has a rhythm, a pace, and a journey that no one else can replicate. The moment you understand that, the moment you stop comparing and start focusing inward, is the moment your real growth begins. You see, comparison is a thief. It steals joy. It steals confidence. It steals focus. When you spend all your energy looking at what someone else has, you are giving away the power to improve yourself. You're so busy trying to keep up with someone else's story that you forget to write your own. I don't care if it's your career, your relationships, or your finances. Comparing yourself will keep you trapped in frustration, envy, and doubt. Every successful person you admire was once where you are now. They had to walk their path, make their mistakes, and learn their lessons. What worked for them might not work for you, and that's okay. Your journey is yours, and it is beautiful in its own way. Think about it this way. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. There has never been and there will never be another you. The talents, the experiences, the challenges, the scars you carry, all of it shapes you into someone capable of achieving greatness on your own terms. When you focus on being someone else, you're ignoring the gifts that are already inside you. Stop trying to fit into someone else's mold. Stop measuring your life with someone else's ruler. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Are you better today than you were yesterday? Are you growing? Are you learning? Are you improving? That's where real success begins, in your progress, not in someone else's achievement. And here's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. Comparison breeds insecurity. It creates fear. It makes you feel like you are never enough. But let me tell you something powerful. You are enough. You have enough talent, enough intelligence, enough drive, and enough heart to create the life you dream of. Stop looking over your shoulder at what others are doing and start looking in the mirror at what you are capable of. Every time you check someone else's success, remember that you are only seeing the surface. You are not seeing the struggles, the sacrifices, the failures, or the sleepless nights that led to that moment. Your path has its own battles and victories, and they are just as valuable. When you embrace your journey, you stop feeling small in a world full of noise. You stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle or end. You start setting your own goals, defining your own success, and walking a path that is aligned with your purpose. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means being wise. It means investing your time, energy, and resources into becoming the best version of you, because that's the only version that can truly change your life. The sooner you stop comparing, the sooner you free yourself from the chains of doubt and start stepping boldly into your destiny. Your journey is yours, ladies and gentlemen, and it deserves your full attention, your courage, and your unwavering commitment to growth. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me loud and clear today. Nothing, I mean nothing, will change in your life until you learn the power of self-discipline. We all talk about wanting success, wanting a better life, wanting more money, happiness, and peace. But very few people are willing to pay the price that comes with it. Discipline is that price. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who actually achieve. You can have talent, you can have intelligence, You can even have luck. But without discipline, all of that will slip through your fingers like water. You see, discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It is the muscle that must be trained every single day if you want to see real change. Self-discipline is not something that comes naturally to most people. Most of us want the reward without the work. We want the luxury without the sacrifice. We want to eat the cake but still lose weight. And life doesn't work like that. If you truly want to improve your life, you have to commit to doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. You have to wake up early when the world is still sleeping. You have to push yourself to work when everyone else is relaxing. You have to choose the hard path, not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. That's the power of discipline. That's the power that builds empires, raises families, and transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. Think about it like this. Every habit you form, every routine you follow is a brick in the foundation of your future. If you are consistent, if you practice self-discipline every single day, you are laying down strong bricks that will support your dreams. But if you are lazy, inconsistent, and allow distractions to rule your life, your foundation will crumble no matter how talented or smart you are. Discipline means saying no to things that will hurt your progress and saying yes to things that will help you grow. It means sticking to your goals when excuses whisper in your ear, when temptation calls your name, and when the easy route seems so attractive. And here's the truth. Self-discipline is not about punishing yourself. It's about empowering yourself. It's about creating freedom in your life, the freedom to achieve the goals you've been dreaming about. When you are disciplined, you are no longer a slave to your emotions, to your moods, or the circumstances. You are in control. You decide your actions, and those actions decide your results. Every great man or woman you admire did not get there by waiting for motivation to appear. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is steady. Motivation will come and go like the wind, but discipline will carry you through the storms when nobody is watching. Discipline also teaches patience and persistence. You begin to understand that success is not instant, that it is earned, that it comes from consistent effort over time. You learn to delay gratification because you know the bigger reward is worth the wait. You learn to push through discomfort because you know it will make you stronger. And you learn to trust yourself because each small act of discipline proves to you that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you embrace self-discipline is the moment your life begins to change. Your habits will improve, your confidence will rise, and your dreams will move closer to reality. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for someone else to make it easy for you. Real growth requires real work, and real work requires self-discipline. Every step you take, every sacrifice you make, every time you choose discipline over ease, you are building the life you've always wanted. It starts with one choice, one action, one commitment. And when you do it consistently, your entire world begins to transform. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to me very carefully because this is something that can change your life if you take it seriously. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let that sink in for a moment. The people around you, your friends, your colleagues, even some family members, they influence your mindset, your energy, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. If you're surrounded by people who are negative, lazy, doubtful, or constantly complaining, you are being pulled down without even realizing it. And if you want to improve your life, you cannot afford to let that happen. You have to surround yourself with people who lift you, who challenge you, who inspire you to be more, do more, and reach higher. See, life is too short to waste on people who don't believe in you. Life is too short to be dragged into drama and distraction. I'm not saying you need to cut everyone off, but you need to recognize the difference between those who support your growth and those who hold you back. Some people will be happy to celebrate your failures, and some people will try to convince you that your dreams are impossible. And guess what? They are not doing it out of malice. Sometimes it's because they are stuck in their own limitations and they want you to stay stuck too. But if you are serious about improving your life, you have to make a choice. You have to choose carefully who you allow into your inner circle, because the wrong people will drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and slow down your progress. Now, let me tell you what the right people do for you. The right people push you out of your comfort zone. They challenge you to do things you didn't think you could do. They don't let you settle for mediocrity. They encourage you to be your best self every single day. These are the people who celebrate your victories, support you through your struggles, and remind you of your potential when you start doubting yourself. Being around people like this raises your standards, raises your confidence, and raises your expectation for what your life can be. You start to see opportunities, not obstacles. You start to think bigger, dream bigger, and act bigger. That's the power of the company you keep. And here's the thing, sometimes the right people are not immediately around you. Sometimes you have to go find them. You have to be willing to seek out mentors, coaches, or friends who inspire growth. You have to be willing to distance yourself from those who are comfortable keeping you small. That takes courage, because it might mean leaving old habits, old relationships, or familiar surroundings behind. But trust me, the discomfort is temporary and the reward is life-changing. When you surround yourself with people who push you higher, you no longer settle for less. You no longer make excuses. You no longer accept a life that doesn't align with your purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, energy is contagious. Positivity is contagious. Drive is contagious. And so is negativity, laziness, and doubt. If you want to improve your life, you have to be intentional about the energy you absorb and the people you spend time with. Look at your circle and ask yourself, are these people helping me rise, or are they holding me back? Be honest, be brave, because your life is too important. Leave it in the hands of those who don't want to see you succeed. If you surround yourself with people who push you higher, you will begin to rise naturally. You will start achieving things you never thought possible. You will grow into a person who commands respect, confidence, and success. Your life will reflect the quality of the company you keep. And once you make the choice to surround yourself with the right people, there will be no stopping you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about something too many people overlook: investing in yourself. I'm not talking about spending money on things that fade or temporary pleasures. I'm talking about putting your time, energy, and focus into developing your skills, building your mindset, and strengthening your confidence. This is the real work, the work that nobody else can do for you. You see, most people spend their lives chasing external validation, looking for approval from their boss, their friends, or social media. They spend hours worrying about what people think instead of asking themselves, how can I get better? How can I grow? How can I become unstoppable? The moment you make the choice to invest in yourself, everything changes. Investing in yourself starts with your skills. If you want to improve your life, you have to get better at something, anything that adds value to your life and to the world. Learn a new skill, refine your craft, and become so good at what you do that people have no choice but to notice. Stop waiting for opportunity to knock. Stop hoping someone will hand you success. You create opportunity when you are skilled, prepared, and confident. Every hour you spend improving yourself compounds over time. Every lesson you learn, every book you read, every practice session you put in makes you stronger, smarter, and more capable. Skill is power, ladies and gentlemen, and the more you develop it, the more control you have over your life. But developing your skills is only part of the equation. You also have to invest in your mindset. Your mind is the command center of your life. If your thoughts are weak, negative, or self-limiting, your actions will reflect that. You cannot outperform your mind. You must feed it with positivity, knowledge, and the kind of thoughts that elevate rather than depress. Surround yourself with uplifting messages, inspiring people, and ideas that challenge you to grow. Train your mind to focus on solutions, not problems. Train it to see possibilities where others see obstacles. Train it to believe that you are capable of greatness even when the world doubts you. A strong mindset gives you resilience when life gets hard, courage when fear creeps in, and clarity when confusion surrounds you. And then there is confidence. Confidence is the fuel that turns your skills and mindset into action. You can be the smartest person in the room, but if you lack confidence, you will hesitate, second guess, and miss your opportunities. Confidence doesn't come overnight. It comes from preparation, experience, and consistent investment in yourself. Every time you step up, speak out, take action, or overcome fear, your confidence grows. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to take risks that lead to rewards. You begin to move boldly towards your goals even when the path is unclear. Confidence is not arrogance. It is belief in your abilities and faith in your potential. Ladies and gentlemen, time is your most valuable resource. You cannot earn it back once it's gone. That's why investing it wisely in your skills, mindset, and confidence is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. Stop spending your time on distractions that do not serve your growth. Stop complaining about what you don't have and start focusing on what you can improve. Make a plan to grow every day to become better than you were yesterday. Surround yourself with books, mentors, experiences, and habits that push you higher. When you commit to this, you are not just improving your life. You are transforming your future. Your life is the sum total of the choices you make and the investments you commit to. The people who succeed, the people who rise, the people who inspire, they all made the decision to focus on themselves, to grow, and to become valuable. That's exactly what you have to do. Skills, mindset, confidence, these are your tools. These are your weapons. The more you invest in them, the stronger you become. And when you become stronger, more capable, and more confident, life begins to respond. Opportunities show up. Doors open. People take notice. Your world expands and your potential becomes limitless. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest with you today. Negativity is everywhere. It's in the world, it's in the people around you, and most dangerously, it's inside your own head. If you want to improve your life, if you want to reach your potential, you have to learn how to silence it. You have to learn how to shut it out, because negativity will destroy your focus, steal your joy, and keep you from moving forward. The problem is, too many of us give negativity too much power. We let it control our thoughts, our decisions, and even our actions. And when we do that, we are giving away the one thing that nobody else can take from us, our mindset. First, let's talk about negativity from the outside. There will always be people who doubt you, who criticize you, who question your abilities, and even laugh at your dreams. And I'm not just talking about strangers. Sometimes it comes from people you love, family, friends, colleagues, the very people you thought would support you. But here's the truth. Their negativity is not about you. It's about their limitations, their fears, their inability to see what you are capable of. If you allow their words to affect you, if you take their doubts as facts, you are giving them control over your life. You cannot let that happen. You have to build a wall around your mind, a shield that protects you from the destructive opinions of others. You must choose whose voices you listen to and whose voices you ignore. But the bigger battle, ladies and gentlemen, is the negativity that comes from within. That voice inside your head that says, you can't do this. You're not good enough. Why even try? That's the one that will destroy more dreams than any outside force ever could. It's subtle, it whispers quietly, but it's deadly if you let it grow. You have to recognize it for what it is. Fear disguised as truth. You have to speak louder than that voice. With determination, confidence, and belief in yourself, you have to train your mind to reject those thoughts the moment they appear. Replace them with faith, with affirmations, with reminders of your strength, your talents, and your potential. Silence that inner critic, and you silence a lifetime of self-doubt. Learning to silence negativity is not a one-time thing. It's a daily practice, a constant choice. Every day, you'll be faced with situations, conversations, and even media that try to pull you down. Every day, you must choose what to absorb and what to reject. You must guard your mind like it's the most precious asset you have, because it is. Your thoughts drive your actions, and your actions create your results. If your mind is filled with negativity, your results will reflect that. But if you choose to focus on positive, empowering thoughts, your results will begin to improve naturally. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about pretending the world is perfect. It's not about ignoring challenges or difficulties. It's about controlling your response, about refusing to let negativity dictate the way you live, the choices you make, or the dreams you pursue. You have the power to decide what you believe, how you react, and where you put your energy. And when you master this skill, when you can silence both outside and inside negativity, something amazing happens. You gain freedom. Freedom to focus on your goals, freedom to grow, freedom to live life on your terms. Negativity is a thief, but you don't have to let it steal from you. Protect your mind, protect your heart, protect your purpose. Speak life over yourself every day. Reject the naysayers, ignore the critics, and stop listening to that inner voice that doubts your potential. When you do this consistently, you will see results. Doors will open, confidence will rise, opportunities will appear, and your life finally will reflect the strength, courage, and positivity that you choose to cultivate. The power to silence negativity is the power to change your life, and it starts with you here and now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about something that can completely change your life if you take it seriously. Belief. Not just any belief, but the deep, unwavering belief that you deserve better, that you are worthy of the life you dream about, that you are capable of more than you've been settling for. Too many people go through life waiting for someone to give them permission to succeed, waiting for a lucky break, or waiting for circumstances to be perfect. But the truth is, progress doesn't wait for permission. Opportunity doesn't knock for the unprepared. Change doesn't come to those who sit and wonder if they're good enough. It comes to those who believe they are worthy and take action. Belief is the fuel that drives progress. You cannot achieve more than you think you deserve. If deep down you believe you are limited, unworthy, or incapable, your actions will reflect that belief. You will settle for less. You will accept situations that do not serve your growth. You will hesitate when it's time to act and doubt yourself when you should be moving forward. But when you change that belief, when you truly understand that you are deserving of success, happiness, and abundance, everything changes. Your mindset shifts. Your actions align with your goals. Your life begins to move in the direction you've always wanted it to go. The problem is, believing you deserve better is not always easy. Life has a way of convincing you that you are not enough. People will tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. Circumstances will try to trap you in mediocrity. You will look around and see others achieving and wonder why it hasn't happened for you yet. That's when belief matters the most. When the world tells you no, when fear tries to paralyze you, when doubt whispers in your ear, you have to fight for your belief like your life depends on it, because in reality it does. Without it, you will never take the steps necessary to improve. With it, there is nothing you cannot accomplish. Belief doesn't just make you feel good, it changes your behavior. It makes you persistent when others give up. It makes you courageous when others are afraid. It gives you the strength to keep moving even when the path is unclear. When you truly believe you deserve better, you stop waiting for miracles and start creating them. You start making decisions that serve your growth. You start investing in yourself, sharpening your skills, and building your confidence. You begin to take control of your life instead of allowing circumstances to control you. That's the moment progress begins. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, progress is not about perfection. It's not about achieving everything overnight. It's about consistent movement, no matter how small, in the direction of the life you deserve. Every step you take with belief, every action you take with confidence in your worth builds momentum. Every time you remind yourself that you are deserving, that you are capable, that you are meant for more, you are strengthening the foundation of your future. And that foundation will carry you through challenges, setbacks, and obstacles that might have otherwise stopped you. The most successful people in the world all share one thing in common. They believe they deserve better. They believed that no matter where they started, no matter what difficulties they faced, they had the right to live a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment. And that belief propelled them into action, allowed them to overcome adversity, and gave them the courage to keep going when everyone else quit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want progress, if you want to improve your life, it all begins here with belief. You must believe that you deserve better, that you are capable of achieving it, and that nothing can stop you except the doubts you refuse to fight. Once that belief takes root in your heart and mind, you will see doors open that you never even imagined. You will attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with your growth. Your life will begin to reflect the strength of your belief, and you will finally realize that everything you've been searching for has been waiting for you to claim it. Progress begins the moment you start believing, and from that moment, nothing is impossible